If I'm being honest, it's because I'm lazy. My toxic trait is constantly going to the library and loading up on books. Is it just me? Because everyone loves this book. She does a really good job of foreshadowing. So for me, I have to build up a life that is bigger than grief. No way did I just stumble across this beautiful bookstore. Stop it. Just had therapy. We'll talk about that in a minute. For now, the indie bookstore, to die for. I love it. I am a fan, and I am just so excited that I stumbled across such a beautiful bookstore. It was so cozy and it's cute. My favorite part was just seeing books that I've never seen before. Some of those books I've never heard of, and I love it when you go into a bookstore and it's cozy and you find new little hidden gems. It was just my vibe. Since I am prioritizing my physical TBR, I'm not on like a book buying ban because I'm just not going to do that. But I did limit myself to one book purchase, and this is the book that I went ahead and got. It is Detransition Baby, and it is by Tori Peters. It sounds like it's going to be funny and fun, but then there's also a blurb here that says might destroy your book club, but in a good way. I don't know. One of the ladies at the bookstore, she gave me this for a free download. I've never heard of it, but it's an audio book through your local library, and it's called Libro, L-I-B-R-O, and it's www.libro.fm. And she basically said it's like Audible, but for indie books. Didn't even know that was a thing. I have the Libby app, but I've never actually used it because I just haven't. If I'm being honest, it's because I'm lazy. All you have to do is put in your library card number, but whenever I go to use the app, my library card is in my purse, which is not by me, and I just don't want to get up and go do it. So that's literally the only reason I haven't used Libby, which, girl, that's embarrassing. But anyway, I absolutely love therapy. I really do. To me, that is self-care. Another reason self-care is so important to me, baby, because we learn here through books, right? Right. I finished this book, and let me tell you, I was left like this. Speechless, stuck, running through what just happened in this book, running it back again in my mind. And I'm like, whoa, listen, this is why so many millennials or just people in general need to practice self-care. Our main character has this black hole that is always looming over her. And for her, it's depression. And then for me, I realized that black hole for me is actually grief. So I have 3 children, and my youngest daughter is on the autism spectrum. There is a level of grief that is always with you if you have a diagnosis, or if your spouse has one, or if your children have one, especially if it affects their day-to-day life, especially if it affects your day-to-day life, especially if it affects how your life could be. I didn't know that. This is a very normal reaction and a very normal feeling that a lot of special needs parents feel. I've learned this from professionals, therapists, doctors, all of it, you name it. And so back to how it equates to this. My grief, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be with me. So for me, I have to build up a life that is bigger than grief. If it's depression for you, you need to build up a life that is bigger than depression. This was tragic and it didn't have to be. And this is exactly how so many of us live our life. We live our life every day showing up as our fake self, acting like everything's fine when it is not. There's so many things that we just need to say no to and set boundaries around, and then we'll be able to build up our life around these black holes. That was a good breakthrough in therapy. I think that's going to be the theme for me for the rest of the year, is just to build my life bigger than grief. And I am currently in the middle of reading 3 books. I'm almost done with the Hunger Games series, but I am listening to The Mockingjay, the 3rd part, via audiobook. This is the one that takes priority, so I'm finally reading The Art of Scandal. I can't believe it's taken me so long to get to this book. I just wasn't in the mood, and if I'm not in the mood, I'm not gonna read it. But I am rewatching Scandal from the beginning, and there is so much that I forgot. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just read this book now, because a lot of people said it's kind of giving like Scandal vibes. So I was like, okay, perfect time to read it would be now. So clearly I have a lot of reading to do. So we need to stop chit-chatting and start reading. Friends, I hope that you are well. I made this delicious smoothie. It's so good. It's actually like a copycat of the Carol's Detox at Beyond. I would obviously rather be having pancakes right now, but like I said, I don't have a choice but to prioritize wellness at this age. So gotta do what I gotta do. Anyway, I am so excited to finally have a reading journal. So we have secured the journal, and I did get myself some brush pens and washi tape. This washi tape is so freaking cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I am going to cheat. I cannot draw, but husband can. So I am actually going to have him do like my welcome page and possibly my bookshelves. But before we get into the reading journal, I want to give you guys some book updates, because yesterday was such a busy day. I had a virtual appointment with Justice. I had to sign Mikey up for driver's training, which is very exciting and also very scary. So I did still get a lot of reading done, not as much as I would have liked, but a lot. I read, it looks like more than 70 pages yesterday, and I listened to 8 chapters of The Mockingjay. Oh, it's so good. But I am getting to the point where it's like, okay, wrap it up. But I am 23 chapters in. There's only 27 chapters. So I am ready for the climactic conclusion. This is actually my first time reading a series ever in life. I'm not a series girl. I just like one and done, standalone me, and I can just move on. But I was so invested in Hunger Games, and I really enjoyed Catching Fire. I was like, do I need to read Mockingjay? And I was like, you know what? Finish the series. So that's what I'm doing. I have an hour and 20 minutes of listening time left, so I will probably finish this book out today while I set up the reading journal and do some laundry and stuff like that. I also got the opportunity to read 1 chapter of Get Good with Money. Now I am getting ready to start chapter 3. I usually try to read nonfiction books in the morning just to help with mindset, but really you can start the day reading any book that you like. I have read fiction books in the morning, but I found that I'm least interested to read a nonfiction like before bed or throughout the day. It's just not fun. I know I did a poll recently asking the least favorite genre in your opinion, and most people, they voted for nonfiction, and I get it. If I'm being honest, nonfiction was actually my favorite genre, and I still find so much value from nonfiction books, but I can see how they would be the least interesting for most people. I love that she's very funny. She's very relatable. Her story is very relatable, so it doesn't feel like she's talking like at you or over you. It's like, wow, this is my friend. She's been through this, and she's just trying to help me and see me win. That's the kind of energy you get. I know how to budget and I know how to save, but I still would not consider myself financially whole. Haven't got the type of nuggets that I'm looking for out of this book yet, but I am hopeful that they are coming. And I do believe that if you are looking for a book that will help you with budgeting or finances, this so far is a really good place to start. I also am on page, let me see, 68 of The Art of Scandal, and I'm kind of bored and I feel so bad. I feel so bad because I think I had this on my TBR since it came out. Maybe like 1 month after this book came out, I was like, oh, I need to read it. I hadn't heard anyone else talking about it. It just sounded good to me. I was excited that it was written by a Black author. And I was like, yes, let me get this book. It started out okay, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. And that's why I'm like, is it just me? Because everyone loves this book. Everyone says it's at least a 4-star. I'm feeling like 3-star energy. I'm almost feeling DNF energy. So that's like horrible. But I was able to read 3 chapters yesterday. I read 38 pages. Yes, I read 38 pages of this book. I don't know if it's just me and maybe I'm not in a romance mood, but I am. I feel like I am. And I feel like how can you not be in like a spicy scandal romance mood if you're watching Scandal? So I don't know. It's probably just me. I do want it to hurry up and get to the point where Rachel and Nathan are a thing. And this happens at the beginning of the book. You're getting introduced to the characters. You're getting introduced to the writing style. This is written in 3rd-person POV, which is not always my favorite. So I think I'm gonna take a little break from it and go ahead and start The Inmate. Maybe I'm just in a suspense thriller mood. It's finally snowing. Oh my God, I'm so happy. This is like our first real snowfall in Michigan and I'm just flabbergasted. It's always snowing here. Like we can get snow like in the fall. I guess it's just like cold and cozy. So I'll probably like the fireplace. I have some things that I need to do first. And then yeah, the agenda for today is just to read.
Guys, you can record yet?
Excuse me? Gosh, so mean. You need some sugar. Can we get a sneak peek?
No.
Please? It's so nice. Oh, I love it. Mike, this is way more than 24 books, isn't it?
I didn't count.
I didn't count. Thanks, husband.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So this is what we have so far and I love it. So I told him I wanted to do 24 for 2024 and then I was just gonna do the 24 books that I wanted to absolutely read this year, but he got carried away with the books. So that's fine. I am just going to take this away and then I think I'm just gonna either add more books or I'll just put book tracker. So haven't decided, but this is so cute. I told him I want the candle probably moved either here or here, and then we can take away some of the books because right here it just feels like it's just placed there. And then the plant is so beautiful. So I think I am going to just have him add another plant here and then maybe one somewhere over here. Not sure, or maybe the 2 will be enough, but I love it. He did such a good job. So I don't have to go and get my son until 3 o'clock. It is 2:07, so I believe that I'll be able to do a little bit more doodling. There's only about 4 or 5 more pages that I want to set up, maybe even 3 to be honest with you, and then the rest of it, it's really just going to be for my 5 stars. So if I have a 5-star read, I will track that, and that's really what I wanted to use my reading journal for. Good morning, friends, and happy Friday. Today, I actually forgot that I had a chiropractor appointment and I was so happy. I always used to be afraid to go to the chiropractor. I'm like, child, if they mess up and mess me up, no thank you. And now that I have gone, I cannot stop. It's so helpful and it's so good for your body and I'm just absolutely here for it. But anyway, what I love about the library is that you can return books at any library as long as they're affiliated with each other. I am actually going to go to the library in this area and drop these off and see what they have to offer. All right, let's see what they got. before we even get to the library haul, we need to talk about The Inmate because Frida is cutting up again. Her books always have a woman main character that is extremely naive. She is slightly annoying because it's like, girl, it's right there in front of you. She does a really good job of foreshadowing. So I think I already know what's going to happen in this book. Basically, we have our main character, Brooke, who has taken a job at a prison, and an inmate there, she actually sent them to jail. Her testimony is what got this particular inmate locked up. So obviously that's extremely awkward. She's running into him and she's like, okay, maybe I got it wrong. I'm not sure. Did I miss something that night, or is she just being gaslit? Frida's books has so much gaslighting. If you never knew what gaslighting looked like, read one of her books. I know that she was one of my favorite authors in 2023. I don't know if she will be able to maintain that title. We have to see. I still am having a great time, and it finally just got so good. I can't put it down. Like, that's the thing. In the beginning, it was okay. I was vibing with it, but it wasn't gripping me. And then out of nowhere, the intrigue and the suspense, it just took over, and I just can't stop reading it. I cannot stop wanting to know what is going to happen. I did finish The Mockingjay, and I am so happy. I cannot believe I have finally read my first series. That is actually one of my reading goals for 2024, which I will show you guys my reading journal before we end the vlog. But anyway, I am going to make myself a salad. Yay, delicious salad. And then we're gonna go ahead and haul the books. I'll show you guys my journal, and baby, we will be finishing this.
You don't ever wanna tell me what you're thinking. One sentence is too much for your tangled mind. Don't know what's worse, the waiting or the frustration.
Brooke is driving me crazy, so I needed to take a quick little break. I'm almost done though. I am on page 352 and there's only 382 pages, so I'm almost done with this. She just didn't have to be in this situation. She didn't, but she ignored all the red flags and now she is, and that's just on her. Anyway, my toxic trait is constantly going to the library and loading up on books. So I went in there for 2 books, and then I was hoping that they would have another. And then the other 2, they just kind of fell in my lap. So let's get into it. The first one is Evil Eye, and it is by, I think you pronounce her name, Ataf. I'm not sure. Last name is Rum. I'll have to figure out how to say it. But anyway, I have the audio copy. I think I'm going to absolutely love this. And that's why I wanted to at least get a physical copy from the library to kind of read along in times when I'm not listening. But if I love it as much as I think I'm gonna love it, then I'm probably just gonna buy it. And I love this library that they don't put their stickers on the outside of the book. Love that. That is such a pet peeve of mine. Like, why do you need to put that barcode on the front of the book? You can put that on the inside like this, and I'm sure it's still sufficient. It works, but whatever. I'm just nagging. The next book I went in there for, again, I have the audio copy, and it is one of the good ones. So I think these might be sisters. I can't say the name, but looks like their last name is Malite. I'll have to look this one up too. All I know is one of the sisters is going to end up dead. And in the media, they were like, oh, she's just such a good person and all this stuff about her. And the other sisters are like, man, what if she wasn't though? And like, isn't just being human enough? So I'm looking forward to explore that in this book. Then I read my first Catherine Center book and I had a great time. One of the books that I wanted to read in 2024 is How to Walk Away by Miss Catherine Center. So they did have it. I could not believe it. My only concern is that I'm going to love it and I'm going to want to annotate it, but I don't know. So that's why I opt to get the free version first. If I find myself wanting to highlight excessively and a lot just resonates with me, then I'm just going to return it and then I'll just buy the copy myself. And while I was there returning my Catherine Center book, the librarian was like, I love Catherine Center. She's such a great author. And I was like, oh my God, me too. I'm new to her. And I was telling her the book that I came there to get. And she was like, have you read Hello Stranger, and I was like, I haven't. This might be her newest, or let me see. I don't know if it's the newest or if it's just one of the newer books. Oh, yep, copyright 2023. So this probably is the newest one. I didn't have any interest on reading it. I don't know why. Like, I heard about it, but I don't know. I stumbled across one of the old ones, and now I've just been more interested in like her older books. But the lady said it's very, very good, so I grabbed it and I'm gonna give it a try. This was also very random. I just don't know what it was about the cover that drew me. I don't know, the bright pink maybe? I haven't heard a single thing about this book at all, but I read the about and it does sound good. I love the fact that it says it's perfect for fans of My Dark Vanessa. I have not read that, but that is a book that is on the list. That is my library haul. I cannot believe I got 5. I really just wanted the 3. I did. I really try and cap myself at 3 so that I can prioritize my physical TBR, but it's so hard. I just love the library. It's so peaceful and it's calming and it's quiet and the books are free and I just get in there and I get excited and overwhelmed. It's fine. The lady at the checkout said it's not a bad problem to have. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out and then I will let you guys go ahead and see my journal. I didn't see that coming. I didn't. That was a good one, Frida. You got me on that one. That was interesting. That was very interesting. Okay, Frida. Okay, non-spoiler review. Frida's writing style isn't something that's massively thought-provoking and that just stays with you. Her writing style and her books are pretty much like a very entertaining movie. It's like if I wanted to watch a movie on Netflix, that is what this is equivalent to. This is a crazy Netflix movie, or better yet, it's a Lifetime movie. This is a crazy Lifetime movie, and yeah, you're gonna get fun. You're gonna get a little creeped out. You're gonna get some excitement, some thrill, some intrigue, some suspense. That's what you're gonna get from reading this book. You're gonna be irritated, probably like me, annoyed. You will see some stuff coming because there is very good foreshadowing. There was a very, very good plot twist that I didn't see coming. I'm sure other people probably did, but there was so much going on. I knew a lot of what was going to happen, but not everything. And I like that. She does a really good job with the plot twist. That's what we're gonna go with on the non-spoiler. So 3, 2, 1. Let's get into these spoilers. So Little Miss Brooke is out of her mind. Basically, she had a child with this man that was in prison. He didn't know. So she had this babysitter babysitting her son for the past year or whatever. Come to find out, it is Shane's mom. That was an epic plot twist. I knew something was up with that lady. I knew she wasn't just a character for no reason, but I didn't know what. So that was the plot twist that got me. Brooke, y'all, she is crazy. This girl started so much drama in this book. There were so many people in and out of prison because of her testimonies. It's just, she's so unreliable. It's not even funny. And I think that was the point of the way that Frida wrote the character. Shane, he's very manipulating. So he makes himself seem very innocent, and he was not innocent at all. He did kill these people, but he manipulated Brooke into thinking he didn't, and she got that fool out of jail. And then what really ruffled my feathers, she let her son hang out with this man. Y'all, what? Baby, I don't care if you have been in jail for 10 years for something I thought you did. You've been in jail for 10 years. I'm not leaving my son with you. I'm not leaving anything with you. But I guess it was the man that she loved 10 years ago, and so she just felt so bad, so she opened up her home to him, her heart again, and she left her son alone with this man. But there was another epic plot twist even with that, and I loved it. That is why I think I like Frida's writing style. It's very fun and it's wildly entertaining. I did read this book in less than 48 hours, so obviously her book still gets the job done. More than anything, I'm happy because it is a book off of my physical TBR. That is so exciting because that means that I get to shade in one of the books from my book show. I haven't gone ahead and like done my outline with the marker just because husband is still going to make a few changes. He's going to add a few things. I'm very proud of what we have so far, so I will go through this with you guys. First page is still blank because I'm going to buy some letter stickers and stick them on. I think I'm just going to have it say Joyce's reading journal. Very simple. The next few pages are blank, so I'll be able to put whatever I want in there. And I'm really thinking I'm just going to put names of books here and then like a star rating and then the form in which I read those books. I just think that's an easy way to track it. This next page here, I think I am going to do like a star rating. So it'll be like 1 star, DNF, don't recommend, didn't like it, 2 star, 3, 4, and then 5 stars. Pretty simple. The next page, oh, husband did my bookshelf, and we are going to make some tweaks. We are going to make some changes. Once he adds some more plants and puts the words at the top, then we'll go ahead and I will color them in. The next page is my series tracker. Pretty simple. I just got some washi tape here just to give the page some color and some character. And these are the series that I want to read: Hunger Games, The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, The Housemaid, Shatter Me, Divine Rivals, Throne of Glass. I can't even believe it. I don't know if I'm going to finish that series, but I do know that I want to try a book by Sarah J. Maas. She's just such a well-known fantasy author, and I just think it's time that I try one. The Inheritance Game, Fourth Wing, baby. I'm not gonna finish this series out, and I'm sure if I stay into a series, I'll just add more to this page. The next page I'm really excited about, and it's the 24 for 2024. These are the 24 books that I shared in a previous video that I really do want to read this year. They either already exist on my physical TBR, or I already bought them and I have them on my Audible TBR list, or they are on my Kindle. So this is just going to hold me accountable. Once I read these books, it's just going to be so satisfying to shade the book in that I have completed. This next page is just my reading goals for 2024. Pretty straightforward. Read 52 books, read at least 1 series, which I've already done. Read a science fiction book, read a dark romance, read 12 nonfiction books, read 1 translated book, and I would love to prioritize my physical TBR, which we will be doing. And I want to reread 1 of the books that I have already read. The next page is my 2024 anticipated release. Oh my gosh, this page I'm very excited about. I broke it down by month just so that way it's a little bit more organized and I know what books are coming out that month. As you can see, January is loaded. But yeah, I think it just looks really nice and really clean. Obviously, I don't know what's coming out in August, October, November, or December, but that is okay. I'm excited about what I have on the list so far. The next page is just my nonfiction page. I just wrote down 12 of the books that I want to read this year, so I'm very excited about all of these books. They're a mixture of finance or memoirs or just various topics, and that is pretty much it. The rest of my pages are blank because, like I said, I didn't want it to be something that felt very overwhelming to me. I didn't want it to feel like a daunting task. I didn't want to feel obligated to do it. I wanted it to feel fun, and I feel like that's exactly the vibes that I get when I open up this book. So I'm excited to keep journaling. This is my very first go at this. It looks very much like a beginner did it, and I'm fine with that. I feel like that is it for today's video. It was a lot. I had a blast. This is my first time ever doing a week in the life. It's a lot, but I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed going to the indie bookstore with me, the library. We got to read 2 books together. Let me know if you guys loved the video by giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to prioritize self-care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I just seen this hilarious post. Oh my God, it was so funny. And it was talking about this guy on 600 Pound Life who was ordering a pizza while he was in the hospital. And I'm like, I feel him. It's like, I don't want water. I want Mountain Dew. I don't want broccoli or green beans. I just want chips and pizza and pasta. But I'm just at that age where I have to prioritize wellness and I have to prioritize self-care.